What's going on, YouTube? Better roll the windows up, honestly. Got a quick one here today because I ain't got really much to talk about. It's a slow news day apparently, but I was watching my boy Meet Kevin on YouTube. He's a finance YouTuber. I don't know if you watch finance shit, you might have caught him somewhere in the mix, but he's pretty big, and I mean he's real focused on like stock market, real estate shit, and I don't know. He sells courses or something. Seems like every YouTuber does, but not in on the courses. But I feel like he gives out pretty good information in his regular videos. And today, all his video was about was Nvidia, the company Nvidia. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I'm sure you have recently if you're paying any attention to stock market stuff, because they're just blowing up, and it makes me happy to see it in a weird way, just because it goes to show there's some opportunity out there, definitely still left. And I mean, we're all late to the party on Nvidia now, but same with, I'd say, Bitcoin and shit like that. I was too young to take advantage, but hopefully here in the future there'll be some more companies, some more ideas that blow up like that, and you can use them to benefit from. But like I said, his video is about Nvidia, and I was like, okay, he's talking about Nvidia. They've had really good earnings, and they've blown up since COVID happened. Basically, all they do is make computer chips. So I think you can put two and two together on that one. But I just take a look at their stock real quick on Robinhood. Open that up. Open their stock. Last 5 years, they're up 2,600%. And nothing. I mean, like I said, it makes me happy to see it, but it's like, man, so sad to just know you missed out on that. Because in theory, I mean, would I have had $1,000 5 years ago that I could have just dumped into a stock? Probably. I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20 type thing, so it's not like that. But just to see it go up, I mean, that's so crazy. 2,600%, and if you don't know how that reads, just divide it by 100. 2,600 divided by 100, you 26x your money basically. So if you put a grand into Nvidia 5 years ago, you have 26,000 now, and so that means if before I started college I could have put like $1,500, $2,000 in Nvidia just for no reason, I would have been able to pay for my whole college, even after taxes probably. So it's a damn shame, but still makes me feel good to see it happen, just to know, because I mean, overall I'm invested in the stock market a little bit, and Nvidia is a huge company, so you'll catch a little exposure to them just through any big fund that you buy into. And that's where I wanted to go with this one. This video is just in general stock market stuff. I love the subject of the stock market. It's so interesting to me. I mean, in my brain, the simple way I'm putting it is, if you're sticking to invested in a safe way, like broad market index funds, S&P 500, stuff like that, big ETFs ran by these big Vanguard, Charles Schwab, stuff like that, it's pretty safe, and you don't do anything, and you just make money. I mean, year over year you might lose money, but overall, historically, I mean, they're trending up. I think the average return on the S&P 500 is like 10% or something like that, adjusted for inflation. And you just make free money, passive. Don't have to do anything. Just put your money in there. That's it. You did all the work. You front loaded the work. As soon as you get the money, you're already there. And I mean, to me, it's amazing in the sense that we have the ability to do it. Our generation, younger people right now, I mean, this is the best time of all time to be able to start investing and looking into things. Not right this second, because if you ask me, I think stock market, we're at all-time highs. Everything's at all-time highs, and in my mind, all-time highs don't last forever. There's got to be a little correction, at least here somewhere in the mix. But as far as technology goes, the time to be able to invest in the stock market, I mean, it's amazing. Like I said, Robinhood. I use Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance is pretty cool. I mean, there's so many of these different platforms that you can use, that you can just, if you have a smartphone and you have like your ID and a bank account, you're in there. You can just invest. So much easier than it used to be. So accessible, so simple. I mean, Robinhood probably is the leader in that one, because it's just so phone friendly. It's an app developed for a phone basically to invest on, so it looks good. It operates smooth, easy. It's real simple to understand what you're doing. And I mean, that's amazing that you can just, I think all of them at this point are all like fractional shares. Like if you have $10, like it's even less. If you had $1, if you have $10 though, you can start investing right now, which is so cool. And I mean, that's part of what got me into it originally. When Robinhood originally came out, I've been messing around with it since I was probably right when I could, when I was 18. As long as you're 18 or older, I know your parents could set it up if you're younger, but my parents weren't setting up no fucking investing accounts for me. I don't think they knew anything about that. Not my parents' cup of tea, the stock market and all that. But I'm in it now. And I mean, just looking at it, I use M1 Finance. That's for my Roth IRA account. And I want to eventually make videos about all these tools you can basically use to invest, because like I said, it's simple. It's not that hard. And I feel like as soon as somebody hears about it, they're pretty much in, because why would you not be? I mean, if it's at your fingertips, what are you doing? But basically, I took a look at my Roth IRA, and just year over year, it's up like 50-some%, I think. It's either 50 or 60%. And I don't have a ton of money in there. I only have I had like $2,300, but I mean, it's made a little over 1,000 this year, and I haven't done a thing. And that's only, I mean, we're 5 months in, 6 months in, almost 5 whole months. And I mean, if you had a lot more money, obviously, which I hope to when I'm 50 years old, 60 years old, when I'm going to retire, plan for those accounts to be much bigger. I mean, in theory, your account went up 50% in a year. That's insane. I mean, it's insane. You have $1 million, $500,000 in 1 year you just made for doing nothing. You didn't do anything, just bought. And like that M1 Finance one is interesting, just because you can follow these big hedge funds and stuff like that. And if for some reason you're hearing me say these random terms and shit and you're not following along, I mean, I'll gladly make a video explaining what I'm talking about. But a hedge fund is just a company that manages money in the stock market, basically. If I tried to boil it down as flat as you could. But I mean, 50% is insane. So in my mind, like I said, we're at all-time highs. I don't think that's going to last for much longer. But then when it comes down, it's even better, because then I'm buying it cheaper than it was. Right now, I use the strategy that I would say any decent finance advisor or YouTuber or whatever you want to look to get some financial advice would say is like the method of just dollar cost averaging. And all that means is you just basically buy. No matter what, you just keep buying at regular intervals. You get a paycheck, you take a certain percentage, you buy your funds out of that. And you just buy it no matter what. Stock market's up, you buy. Stock market's down, you buy. Stock market's flat, you buy. Just keep buying. And overall, that's like a proven way throughout history to make it out positive. Because if you try to play the market, 1, it gets complicated. 2, it's a lot of time. And 3, you're probably gonna fuck it up anyway, because it's, like I said, it's extremely complicated. There's people that do this for a living and still fuck it up. So I'm not that person. So I'm gonna stick with the tried and true method on this one. And I just keep buying. And that's, I mean, my retirement account through work is set up that way. Every paycheck, my 15% of my paycheck goes to this company. They buy the stocks that I told them to buy, basically. And I just buy every 2 weeks. Buy. And I'm going to keep doing that forever until for some reason I can't. And I mean, if you don't have a job that offers that, like I said, I've made a previous video that mentioned it briefly at least, but like Roth IRA, all these other things, even if you have a job that does offer 401k and match and all that, take all that you can. And if you got extra money laying around, hit the Roth. I mean, there's so many ways to get ahead in this system with the stock market and the returns. Like I said, my video earlier this week was talking about how excited I am just generally for the opportunity of if the economy goes down. If the economy goes down, stock market's probably coming down. When COVID happened, stock market crashed just because of the uncertainty of what was going to happen. I mean, the world shut down. And it's not like I made a ton of money, but to me it was a ton of money at the time, because I was in college. I had like $3,500, just dumped it all basically in a bunch of random stocks that tanked over the COVID fears and things like that, and then just held on to them for like a year and a half. Like doubled my money roughly, I think. So I made like a free $3,500, $4,000, something like that in there. Didn't do any work. I just kind of watched, and I was like, okay, I think those will come back. and they did. And an even simpler way to do that is you buy the S&P 500, and that's the 500 top companies in the United States. You buy those. If I would have done that, I would have made out in a similar fashion. I wouldn't have made as much, I don't think, but it would have been damn close, and less risk, I would say, too, that way. So, and that's the way I have my Roth set up and my work 401k. Basically, I'm just buying the whole market, and it's like, my philosophy on that is, yeah, it could go down, but in theory you're investing all money you don't need. So if you have extra money laying around, just start dumping it in the stock market, and when it inevitably crashes here in a little while, and I say a little while, I don't know, a year or two, maybe 3, who knows, it might take 5 years. Whenever it does, you got money sitting on the sidelines, then dump even more money in. Because my thought process on this is, people think like, oh, what if you lose money in the stock market? I mean, if you're buying just broad index funds and these big companies that have a history, a track record of success, you're probably not going to lose money. You can't guarantee it. Nobody can guarantee that you won't lose money, especially in the short term. But long term, I mean, like I said, it's averaging 10%. So you leave it long enough, in theory, it's going to come back. And my thought is, if it doesn't come back and it goes to zero, and I'm buying big index funds and I buy the S&P 500 and it goes negative over a 40-year period, I mean, the United States is pretty much we're pretty much fucked either way. Then it doesn't really matter if the top 500 companies that exist right now in the United States no longer exist and have all collapsed. So then I won't be really worried about my 401k. I'll be worried about trying to find some food. Your money's not going to be worth anything anyway. So simply put, I just don't even think about that. It's not even worth the thought to go worst case scenario on it. The stock market basically disappears or dissolves. So I'm gonna keep on doing me, dollar cost averaging, like I said. I mean, if you were my friend or any of my family members asked me about it, that's exactly what I would tell you to do. There's not enough people watching for me to worry about doing all that, but Robinhood has a little like share thing where you can basically, if you open an account and you use a code or you share your code with somebody and they open an account, you get free stocks to start off a little bit or whatever. A bunch of them do that now as an incentive, the online ones. But I mean, it's not hard. You just go on their website, open an account, pop it open, start throwing every little bit of extra cash you got in the market. And I'll make another video talking about maybe, I think you're supposed to say not financial advice, but I'm not really worried about that. I mean, what? Maybe 10 people. Hopefully a lot of other people, somehow this video blows up and 1 million people see it. It won't. But not financial advice. You're not technically allowed to give financial advice, I think, to people over the internet, but make your own informed choice. Go look up the average returns of the S&P 500. It's not too complex. It's pretty easy to figure it out yourself. Just keep buying, baby. And if it goes to all this shit, then you don't even have to worry about it. That's what I'm going to do, and I hope you guys do that. Like I said, take advantage of the opportunity that we have. It's crazy. Like, I mean, the day and age you can just trade stocks on your phone. You used to have to make phone calls, and people had to physically go make orders and write things on paper. Now you just click a button and it's done. So, it's really crazy. I don't know if that's a good sign. This guy has a Decepticon logo on the back of his fucking machine on his trailer. I don't know if that's a good sign to end the video or what, but like I said, it's nothing too crazy, just a random quick stock market thing. Tomorrow's Friday, another week almost down. Payday hit, so we just put another couple $100 in the 401k. Hope you guys are all doing the same, and I'll catch you tomorrow.